Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from New York City. You're watching the MLG Summer Invite. That is a picture of the Empire Country Building.
Country building.
State Building. Sorry. My mind gets confused a lot. We're currently on the beach right now. You've seen a lot of shots at the beach that we're on. Same people hanging around too. Isn't that weird?
Every day.
Every day.
Like last week.
Last week. I swear, it's the same
crowd.
guys.
Yeah.
And they're like literally doing the same things.
It's funny.
Like there's two people who are like terrible at volleyball.
Yeah. But it's better to be terrible at volleyball because you get more exercise. Because you run around more.
Is that the theory?
Yes.
See, I don't know. But if you're better at volleyball, the ball never drops to the ground, so the game lasts longer. So you get more exercise.
Well, they're not playing the game. They're just hitting back and forth.
Yeah, that's lame then. You got to play the game. And whoever loses has to go swim with sharks or something. All right, here's the bracket. QXC, congrats to him. Take the 2-1 over Xenocider. Our next match is going to be the second semifinal. The winner of this best of 3 will advance to play QXC. It will be either Huck versus Hendralisk. Both their names start with an H and end with a K. So perhaps that will influence some sort of their play.
It's like you're the same person.
Oh my god. Oh, they're different races though.
You're right.
Yeah. Like we both have AX in our name.
Yeah.
Sick. It's like the sickest 2 letters. H and K, they're pretty good too.
Yeah, like Hello Kitty. HK.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is a common trend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, should we meander?
Let's do it.
Let's meander on to this this game. Huck versus Hendralisk, game 1. Of course, Huck has been tearing things up lately. That always freaks me out, man. What if the shark turned real and jumped out of the screen?
We'd be in trouble.
No, man. We're not in water though, so wouldn't it just like flop on the ground?
Well, if it jumped, it might get to us before it
The
flops.
momentum would.
If you're quick, you jump out of your chair, run away, it can't get you.
So what if I like pulled your shirt into the shark and then I got out?
I think
That way he's distracted by your
while
body.
you're doing that, it might get us both.
Why? Oh, you think?
You might be best off just jumping
I think I
straight
could do
away.
it fast enough. Or what if I would probably just jump out of my chair and use my feet to kick you over to save your life?
Yeah.
You might hit your head on the ground.
That's
though.
fine.
Okay. But you'll stay alive.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be scary, man. All right.
So, bottom right-hand location of Belcher Vestige, we have
Yes.
the Red Zerg, Complexities, Hendralisk.
Kind of like a Hydralisk, except a Hendralisk.
It's a Henry Hydralisk.
Yes.
We have Hydralisk called Henry.
So that's how he got his name, probably. You think? Like Henry and then Hydra, and kind of combining them, and you get Hendra. And then you add on the Lisk. Speaking of H's and K's in the top left, I present your Blue Protoss player. From Team Evil Geniuses, he is Huck. So far, if you have a shorter name, you win your matches.
Yes.
In this tournament overall.
QXC. 3 letters is stronger than 9.
Yep.
There's more skill per letter.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Is that why my name is longer than yours?
No. That's inverse what I said.
No.
If you're shorter, you have more
good
skill
point.
per letter.
Dang it.
It's skill is a fixed value, right? Your name isn't. You can get a higher skill per letter
Okay,
ratio.
what about the shortened version of my name?
Which is...
Axel, I guess. Some people
Yeah.
call me that.
Yeah, Axel. But people call me just Axe sometimes. so,
Really?
yeah.
People have called me Axe. People have called me A. People have called me negative Axeltoss. Yeah, so that's the shortest ever. Just put a negative sign in front of my
I
name.
think you got me beat then.
Sick. Then you divide by 0.
That's just fairly standard opening. Pool, then Hatchery. Huck, no scout yet. Just going to Gateway expand, getting that Zealot. That Zealot will likely be canceled, depending on how he wants to play it. But most players cancel the Zealot.
Yeah, so you can get your Nexus down.
Yeah, the reason why you started it is because you're floating in minerals anyway. Yeah, and you didn't cancel it. I'm going for a fast stalker, actually. This is a cool idea. Delaying the Nexus for stalker.
Oh, maybe he's going to try to kill the Overlord. This is the Axeltoss strat.
It is your strategy, no, to cancel it too. You wouldn't have gotten it. Overlord solid production.
You're getting his Zealot back out.
Yeah, I'm actually just, I think
he canceled it again.
It's an undecisive gateway.
He's trying to trick the Overlord.
Yes. He did get a Mothership Core, though. But the reason you want to start that Zealot is because if your opponent gets an early spawning pool and all of a sudden Zerglings pop up in your base, it's nice to have the option of not canceling
that's
it.
True.
And you don't lose any resources canceling a Zealot. It's not like canceling a building or canceling an egg that's morphed into something from a Zerg.
Yeah.
Terran is the same way. You can queue up a unit and cancel, then there's no loss there.
It's a very defensive-minded strat here. I mean, it's like some players will just make 2 Zealots and Chrono Boost out one of them. and then send those 2 Zealots across the map with the Mothership Core, apply some aggression, maybe mix in a Stalker a little bit later. But here, Huck literally has 0 gateway units out. His first one's about to pop, the Stalker.
Nice control on his Mothership Core there, snagging a Zergling. That wasn't actually just A-moving or right-clicking. He was able to get the Mothership Core to shoot and fire at almost the exact same time using some great stutter step micro.
4 gates, yeah. And Hendralisk didn't necessarily see that. He saw the 2, but then he lost his other one. Or
Yeah.
Then he lost his link before seeing the 4th. But you kind of
3
react
gates and 4
similarly.
is, yeah. Mothership Core is going to scout, see if there's a third base, see if the Zerg's rallying out a lot of speed needs, and he has to worry about some all-in.
Oh, Overlord, did it barely see the probe on the left side of the map? Left.
I mean,
other left.
the
other left. Yeah.
This one, there's no way.
There's a probe just down there. It went over.
Yeah,
the,
no, it
you're
wasn't.
gonna have to take my word for it.
It wasn't close.
Okay.
It wasn't close enough.
Okay.
That's why I assumed it right. But there's a good amount of Zerglings stockpiled here. Speed is about 80% of the way done. The proxy pylons are started in a position to deny a third base, but there's no
Oh,
third
look
base.
at all these slings.
Yeah,
That Stalker's dead unless he recalls.
well, they might just look for pylons. That's their primary purpose. Is
True.
their prime directive. Deny pylons, and
there is one on the left-hand side of the map there.
And that's a dangerous one. It's not too far from this third base that Hendralisk is trying to start up here. In fact, it looks like he's going to running down the Stalker, but he really needs to deny those pylons if there's enough Zealots produced.
Force field. Force field in front or behind the Stalker?
You wait till the Stalker's almost like hurt, then you force field in front of it.
Poor Stalker. He's like, do the force field! And then the sentry's like, but Axlav says wait!
Yeah, you want to wait to kill as many Zerglings as possible before you
But
have
the Stalker will take damage.
to. It will.
Poor guy. Damage that he can't get back.
So now he sees all these Zealots warping. He's
Yeah,
going to have
this
to make
is-
some roaches,
This
but
is dangerous.
this hatchery is dead.
He just made 8 drones, first of all.
Yeah. And that would have been fine if he denied the pylons.
Yeah.
Which is the goal here.
It was a little bit strange. Like, some Zerg players will usually send, like, a couple lings on the left-hand side of the map.
Yeah.
I guess maybe he was relying on the Overlord spotting something, and since the Overlord didn't spot anything, just not worrying about the left-hand side of the map. Which is a mistake, obviously.
So,
and there's a cancel.
yeah, and that's a nice move. These Zealots may continue to do more damage, in fact. There's some roaches in production, but if the roaches are coming out 1 or 2 at a time. Oh, no, the queens!
Oh!
Those are very brave queens, and now they're very dead
gonna
queens.
Die. Zealots having a field day. The Time Warp was expended, and now I don't think roaches can simply deal with this. Huck turned a 4 gate, passive, deny the 3rd strat into, okay, let's see how much damage we can do to
he's
the
going to get the Roach Warren. That's a dead Roach Warren. There are enough roaches built right now that I don't think he's going to die to this, but he's taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, and he did.
Losing some drones as well. In fact, you really do not want to lose drones if you're making a lot of roaches. The goal is to avoid drone losses. Oh, another queen's going to go down as well.
Oh, gosh.
He never got that Roach Warren, but actually he is going to get it now. There's nothing to stop Military Corps from finishing that off.
He can even kill some drones.
And in fact, there's more roaches in production. Hendralisk, I think he wants to cancel these spines. He has so many yeah, exactly. So many roaches on the field.
He has nothing to kill this Mothership Core.
Yeah. I mean, the Queen will come out, a Spore Core will finish, but it's going to... I mean, he's already gotten 10 worker kills.
Gosh.
Denied the 3rd base. Economy is actually better for Huck than his opponent, and he's still doing more. This is cool micro, actually.
Yeah, making the drones into buildings.
Oh, Mothership Core's got to get out of there. Huck, run! Run!
Ah,
oh, the Queen! The Queen with the finishing blow.
So what was Huck doing behind that?
He's adding a Robox facility and a forge.
Okay.
He was warping in additional sentries, adding a 3rd and 4th gas, more probes.
He might pushing in here, maybe?
He might. He definitely could do a 2-base push.
Yeah, because like it's great that he did all the damage, but how does he maximize it? Does he go and take a 3rd base right now, or does he try to incorporate
Twilight
push?
Council is going to look for a 3rd base.
Okay.
I don't see why we did a Forge and a Twilight and a Robo. That's a lot of tech for a 2-base push. It still could be, but I would really like to see him take a 3rd base now. It's a much safer option.
Yeah, I agree.
Compound the advantage. And I like how Hendralisk is taking a 4th.
Yep.
Definitely needs to try to play some catch-up. He also should be making a ton of drones. We can see here he's still down in workers, and we're at the 11-minute mark now. Hendralisk has a lot of minerals saved up. But he does have larva too.
Maybe he's waiting to make a bunch of roaches when the roach form finishes.
Yeah, okay, roaches and speed needs. Maybe he's going to try to deny the 3rd of his opponent.
You know, Blink is on the way, and Huck has yet to put down that 3rd base. He might just turn this into like an Immortal, Blink Stalker, all-in type thing. Like, soon adding on a bunch of gateways, and then just pushing when Blink finishes in +2. Weapons, of course.
It could be. Yeah. I think he wants a third.
Okay, yeah, there's the Nexus.
I think he doesn't want
you
to
could
pressure.
still do this push.
Oh yeah.
And take the Nexus.
400 minerals is not going to kill
Right,
your push.
exactly.
It might, you know, it takes a little bit out of it, but you still can definitely do the push, like you said. A lot of roaches in production, so you know Hendralisk did spot to start moving out.
So many force fields are available here, man.
This is not going to go well for Hendralisk. Huck's micro is so great. Now Hendralisk has some cool things. If he can deny the third base with a small force and defend this attack, he's already canceled his fourth. So if he can deny a third and defend attack, he's in good shape. But Huck's attack doesn't need to kill Hendralisk as long as that third base gets up for Huck.
What do you think about putting your third at your opponent's fourth on the left-hand side of the map?
For Huck?
Maybe not now, on the fourth on the right-hand side, so you can pivot from it and attack the base on the right?
Yeah, or be more like their fifth,
Uh-oh.
right?
Hendralisk is setting up a bit of a concave, a bit of a
massive.
choke. Force fields have to be good here. 4 force fields going to try to split up the natural, and Huck's just like, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with that right now. Thanks, Hendralisk, for the invitation to your Roach party, but I'm going to have to pass.
And Hendralisk is going to bring the party to Huck, though, crossing the map now with a swell of roaches. Roach speed is about to finish as well. Huck's third is fairly exposed here.
Cannons and Gateway Sim City would be great to have at this point. Warp against some Zealots to preserve the life of that Nexus and chop away these Lings as fast as possible. Plus 2 weapons is about to finish as well, and Blink. And once that finishes, it's such a dangerous position for Hendralisk because Belshir Vestige, it's so hard to get that optimal engagement with all the choke points, not to mention, Huck still has a ridiculous amount of energy available on his sentries.
He does. This is a situation where Hendralisk kind of has to get damage done. The worker count's even, the economy's even, but his tech is vastly inferior. It's just roaches against an army that's sentries, blink stalkers, immortals. We can see Huck's army is significantly larger than Hendralisk, even though he's lower in supply. It's because roaches take up a lot of supply for how effective they are.
And again, as far as scaling to the late game, they don't do so well. The sentries, where are they? The force fields have to be really good here. Look out for the force fields. Time warp going down. Where are the force fields? There they are. Fairly solid. The Immortals staying in the front, siphoning. I keep saying that word and it's wrong. Have we decided whether that's proper or not? I was going to say siphoning the roaches from the pack.
I mean...
Is that improper? I feel like it works.
It might work. It's not commonly used.
Okay. You know what?
Great force fields by Huck again.
Oh yeah, those are great. Those are great. And this Hatcher's going to die. And that's exactly what Huck wants.
I mean, now Huck has a supply advantage as well. Now, Hendralisk does have this overlord drop. So if he can, like, maybe kill 2 Nexuses, maybe kill 30, 40 probes, he can get back in this game. But that's a lot of damage that he has to do to try to get his way back in.
I mean, all of his units are very low tech right now.
Yeah, I mean, the army values, you can see Huck is significantly ahead in army value, as well as economy, actually. 71 probes, only 60 drones.
Yeah. And the great thing about this is units lost, Huck should be grossly ahead. Yeah. And that's like just micro. And he's kept all of his expensive units alive, which is huge.
It's micro in composition. I mean, Hendralisk has been taking the fights in good positions.
Yeah.
He had the 1 3-point surround over on the right side. He had a pretty good concave and a nice angle. But, I mean, it's just a composition of Huck is just too good right now. Oh, he killed his own stalker.
That's fine.
You think this guy was a rebel? Did he?
He was a spy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huck practices the...
Now, he can force field that ramp right now.
He could.
Those drones aren't getting away.
No. Oh, there's some Banies and Overlords.
Oh.
Meanwhile,
so
drones are being very unhappy.
Okay. Huck has to handle this properly. Splitting up his units, dodging the Bane link. He can just recall.
Is he going to do it?
Can he recall? He's got to recall right now.
Oh!
Wow.
He saw the Banies, so he knew that was coming.
Hendralisk is like, charge!
Didn't quite happen.
Where'd
Units
they go?
lost now 9,000 to 3,000 roughly.
Yeah.
Hendralisk desperately trying to launch a counterattack. He needs to remember these overlords. Without those, his army's not going to stand up to the Immortal Sentry Blink Stalker combination.
Gosh, Hendralisk, he's trying to figure out a way to deal with Huck, but Huck is just refusing to take engagements unless it's like perfectly perfect for him.
So we got 2 base Zerg versus 4 base Protoss.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be a good angle for Hendralisk. If he hits from one side, Overlord's dropping from the other.
There. Force field's got to be on the ramp
back.
here. Got to put the force fields on the ramp. There they are.
Good force fields.
Now you got to split up your units, back away, keep cutting back, targeting down Overlords, Immortals, force fields need to be deployed, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Oh,
Great
the
force
Stalkers
fields.
are clumped.
Uh-oh,
The Bane's doing massive damage.
But again, we got to think about the rebuildability of these 2 players.
You know,
Huck is on 4 bases, Hendralisk on 2.
is Hendralisk going to beat this army?
Hendralisk has to just go crush Huck right now before he can get more units on the field. But I still think Huck might.
Yeah, I mean, with one more Stalker warp in, he's going to push this back.
Like
but
7 Stalkers warp in.
That was a very good battle for Hendralisk.
Yeah.
If he wasn't so hopelessly behind in the game, it can show this competition can work. I mean, units lost. He's still behind, but he tried to close the distance. He's only down by 5,000.
Yeah.
Before he was down by, I think, 7,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great engagement, but like, it all comes down to, okay, what are the standing economies for these two guys? What's their ability to replenish their armies? For Hendralisk, it's pretty non-existent. Like, to make the army he had, it's ridiculously expensive. A lot of larva, which he didn't have.
Well, I mean, he only had 2 bases. Too,
exactly,
so.
and that's due to Huck continually sniping those down. And then, of course, Huck was on 4 bases. He's like, okay, I can rebuild that army without too much trouble, kind of a thing. So it's a situation where Hendralisk had to trade perfectly. He had a great trade in that engagement, but he didn't have the ability to read.
Yeah, I think it might have been the best trade you can get, too. I mean, the Bailey connections were absolutely amazing. Huck probably made an error there, grouping all the Stalkers in a clump on the ramp where they couldn't.
You gotta blink him in different ways.
Yeah, and then the Immortals were all in the front, so they died to the Roaches and Speedings kind of easily. But like you said, it didn't matter. 4-base Protoss is typically better than a 3-base Zerg, let alone a 2-base Zerg.
Yep. Huck taking game number 1 of this best of 3. Hendralisk in a position where he must win 2 in a row to go to the finals of the MLG Summer Invite to play QXC. That will be a best of 5. Or can Huck close it out with a win here to advance to the final? Guys, stay tuned. Game 2 between Hendralisk and Huck coming up next.